journey through the tournament for Pushing Daisies, the team that you see with they're backed to our lovely drone footage because they have quite the small roster. And having played beach nationals back in the UK myself last weekend, I can say it is hard work out on the dusty sands in Sardinia.
Yeah, they've got 2 fresh lines, but only just. And of course, great grandmasters, 48 plus. These bodies will be pushing themselves to the limit. Of course, all legends in their own respect to be able to get here. Here come the Pushing Daisies. Nice saving catch there. That's Geki. And that one put forward and off the hands of Searle as he goes to ground. Here comes Finland the other way, short field. Gusty winds early here, Hanny. Husinen floats one into the middle. Vidli to the far sideline. Asikanen. Jalovara. Vili. Ashikanen shoots towards the back of the end zone. Gets the reception and keeps it in bounds. A break for Finland to kick things off. That looks like it's Vaskio with the goal, Hanny.
It certainly is the number 5 for Team Finland. We saw them play, well, both these teams play actually, back in Portimao in Portugal last season, to much delight. I really enjoyed calling the Finnish games. But yeah, that was a really great way to start us off. An upwind break, no less. So a quick start to Team Finland. Of course, this isn't Nations Championships. There hasn't been a championship at the World Great Grandmasters beach level since its inaugural tournament ever for this division.
Will it happen?
I think eventually, but there's a lot of North American talent that just, needs to be seen on the sand.
Yet the aging population filling up the division. Here they come, Pushing Daisies' second effort at the attack. Begging for a dump, but covered up. Bombala can't get the throw off, and Finland end up with a second chance to break.
Yeah, Koivikko exploiting that one. Just a little bit too close for that pop pass with a lot of spin, but too much hang time.
There's the centering dump. Finland again. Koivikko. And straight back. Shot for goal into the corner there. Finland looking sharp. Jalovara with the goal, and Finland up 2 breaks to 0 early on in the contest.
Well, it just feels like maybe because of the lighter number of legs on the Pushing Daisies roster, Steph, maybe they didn't quite have the same level of warm-up, haven't come into the game quite as ready to play as Team Finland have, because certainly they were doing a very involved workout with Team Finland ahead of this one to try and get everybody sort of ready to play, and they have proven it thus far. Both the assist and also the block by the number 37, Jari Koivikko. So a nice smooth start for Finland, 2-0 to the better. And it's both 2 female matching players that have scored so far for Team Finland.
That's the way it goes. I do find in mixed the team with the more engaged female matching players generally tend to get ahead. Using the ladies pays off.
Indeed.
And even more so on the beach on a 5-player team.
And a point we've not mentioned yet, it's loose mixes. That one escapes the grasp of one of the many Gregs on the Pushing Daisies side.
Loose mixed, what does that mean, Hannah?
It means that you're required to have at least one player of either gender identification in terms of your matching, so either female matching or male matching. Of your 5 players, you have to have at least one of each. But your determination of how many you're going to put on the line is completely up to you. So if you wanted to, you could technically play 4 female matching and 1 male matching.
Yeah, based on the rosters across the tournament here, there are more male matching players. We are likely to see 1 or 2 female matching players on most of the points here, but we would love to be proven wrong or to see teams go against the should-be, could-be's and get more ladies on the field. Pick called as the Finnish cutter tried to get away into space. That was Villi, but an interesting pick there while they're running an ISO. I'm not sure how.
Well, maybe it was a foul instead.
Yes, I think that it would have had to have been. Here come the Finns. Villi. Cross field, gains a couple meters, and now really in the attacking zone. Kuisunen. Backhands to the far sideline. Now that one in towards the goal, and the foot down. Villi, and the break train continues to roll. Finland up 3-0 in the early going. 3 on the bounce, 3 breaks, even the starter.
But a fantastic start for Team Finland. As we said, they had a very lengthy warm-up. They're very involved. I think last season it was fair to say that they didn't quite probably reach the lofty heights that they wanted to. They had some really capable players, but didn't quite finish off in the top spots. But I have to say I'm really excited to look at some of the teams that were back there in Portimao last season. Got the young legends currently just behind us, the German side.
Yeah, you see them all pouring in, and you know it's easy to make a couple jokes with Steve Giguère's rap at the front end. Very nice, we love it. But you know, there are a lot of great legends of this sport that are just still doing it. So impressive to see them. And our camera woman, Lucia Pekarova, takes one just about off the head. I think the camera saved her. She's going to do some repairs right now. There she is. But
it's a hazard, Steph. It's a real hazard. We do try and be minimal impact here on the sidelines, but unfortunately, to get you the views, we're like a tree. You know, you got to be mindful of trees on the beach, right?
Alti TV, well and truly part of the action here.
That's a block for us.
Yes, block for Lucia Pekarova, and the goal converted after the work done on the sideline. Yalovara with the goal, and Finland continue to pour it on here. 4-0, pushing Daisies. Got their work cut out for them. Going to need to find a way to get a hold here. Windy conditions, but more so a stifling defensive unit chasing down those pulls against them.
Well, game format here, 45 minutes long, but the way the Finns are currently charging towards, they're going to hit the score cap fairly swiftly. Remind us what that is, Steph?
I think it's a game to 13 here. 45-minute games, that much, and we're just getting to the bottom of game lengths here, or by score. But 45 minutes, nice format here. 3 games in the morning. We get up early, as we did this morning, to bring them to you. And pushing Daisies, let that one get out the side. And then we get a long break in the middle. And then 3 more games in the afternoon. Here they come again. Team Finland have been perfect. Have not given one back once they've got it. Nice throw, sideline to sideline. Ruhianen in towards the goal, now into the corner, and it is Vasquio with the goal there. 5 on the bounce. They continue to make life difficult for the Daisy pushers. Now, pushing Daisies, where this is a terminology from beyond the grave. Interesting nomenclature for the Canadian outfit from their caskets, so to speak. I love the jovial nature of the aging teams being able to put this, peg themselves with names like this as though they are playing from beyond the grave, Hannah.
We'll have to ask if there's any perhaps relation to the television show Pushing Daisies. Do you ever watch that one?
I've heard of it, but no, I haven't watched, but I'm not a big television watcher.
That's
I only watch Ulti TV.
As any good ultimate commentator, that's what we do. We just watch ourselves back through gritted teeth to improve our coverage for you folks. But no, it's an excellent little show. All about a pie maker who can bring spoiled things back to life with a single touch. So maybe that's the thing.
I was told about it just the other day too, now that you say it again.
Oh, nice bit of redemption, that far sideline.
Uh-oh, could this be it? Is the scoreboard going to be? No. It was close. A shot for goal, it hung up. And a great takeaway by Kuisinen. Got up and a good shot. Floated a bit too much, but as good of a chance as Pushing Daisies have had to break that 0 on the scoreboard.
I like the idea from Ryan Doucette, and it was a nice one. So he sat towards the soft side of the field. Just a little bit too much hang time against this breeze, which is gusting.
And Finland strike back again and do what they do best as far as everything we've seen. Score break goals. That's what they do best. They do it again, that time into the hands of Vaskio. And we see a timeout called by the Finns, in fact. They're going to use it. Might as well get their first half timeout in. There's another look at that goal by Vaskio. And we have confirmation. It is games to 13 or 45 minutes, whatever comes first.
Well, with the pace of this Finnish offense, I have a feeling, Steph, we're going to get to 13 quite quickly. Just been over 10 minutes of game played. Goodness.
So beautiful scenes here at the beach. It is overcast, which I must say right now I don't mind. Would like to see some sun over the course of the weekend.
No.
But this is it is just a beautiful light breeze. And visually, like, it's just water or mountains everywhere you look. And that is quite stimulating and relaxing. And I just, I couldn't be happier than to bring you this coverage. I'm sure Hannah's feeling the same way. How about dinner last night, Hannah? How was getting into Sardinia?
Well, flew into Cagliari, and my lovely teammates decided to come and pick me up. Although I do have to say, it's been a real community vibe. There was a lift sharing spreadsheet that the tournament organisers put together. And big shout out to Greg Sell for offering me a ride back from Cagliari in his rental car. But no, the Ulti TV crew came out to enjoy the scenes. And we had a very romantic vibes team meal yesterday evening, I think it's fair to say, Steph.
Yeah, romantic. We had a wonderful recommendation. A fancy, a nice ambiance restaurant, ironed linen tablecloths, candle-lit tables.
Greatest Dead t-shirts.
While wearing Grateful Dead t-shirts.
Oh, Grateful Dead, sorry.
But the food, we'll get to the food later, but holy dooly, we got into some of the Sardinian specialties and classics, and they did not disappoint. So if you need recommendations, let us know. Pushing Daisies, that one gets away from Kavanagh again there. And after the timeout, Finland, let's see if they maintain their perfection in generate, turn, and convert. Oh, could it be? No, it could not be a turnover because Pulita gets turned around but collects, and another great play to keep it alive. Koivisto now centered and right into goal. They do it again. Suranta with the assist there into the 44 shirt of Putila. And Finland almost gave a turnover back,
which would have been their first of the entire game so far. What a performance this is. Whistle clean for Team Finland. Not a singular error thus far. And that nice assist from Soranta. So that will be half-time, folks. Already, with just 15 minutes of game clock gone, we're over halfway through.
Finland sticking it to them. As always, Hannah, the Bula events, always impeccably organized. Always the swag, one of the fan favorites for swag. We are sporting the wonderful, we get the player packs because we're practically like players. The pink visors, job well done, Bula. Among the other things, the dry wet bag combo, nice, cool addition. But look at these suckers. How good do we look?
Hold on. I've got the swag bag next to me.
A little bit of everything here.
We can go through. We've got the camera view. So we've got this lovely dry wet bag.
You got your.
So this bit wet bag, dry bag or whichever. I mean, if you hold this on you, it's going to get you very wet if that's the net package you put yourself in. But we've also got a little. Do you call this a cozy or a koozie?
I would not call it either of those two things. Americans, I think, call it koozies.
They do.
And that drives me nuts. It makes me think of Bob Cousy, the sports commentator.
Well, what do you call it?
I call it a stubby holder, a beer holder.
Yeah, I mean, I call it a cozy, but that comes from the English of the tea cozy, which of course we use to keep things hot. This is to keep your beverages fresh and cool.
And then with that, a little bit more, but we'll talk about it later. The first time Team Finland has received a pull, and let's see if they can maintain. Switzer goes to ground and picks up an assist right after into Pyro Hastbaka. And Finland can do it after generating a turn or after receiving a pull. All they do is throw completions into the end zone. They are still playing at 100%. Very impressive to see a turnover-free game, no matter what, your first game of a tournament, regardless of opposition, regardless of how strong you are in comparison, to throw nothing but completions to start the day on a reasonably gusty morning. I am quite impressed with what the Finns are doing thus far in this match.
Although a little bit of action coming out of the Oregon man there, Aaron Switzer, the assist thrower. But Hestbacker, I remember from last season, she is almost unstoppable on sand. She's been a real cog so far, not got herself on the stats board until just now, but she has been putting in a shift.
You see the big chase there to slow down the pull, but then the throw over top. This one sticks from Kavanagh. Now they keep going. Bombala back to Kavanagh. And Kavanagh wants to keep unwinding that forehand. She puts the whole body into the release. That one up and over, and Luis just gives it right back. He was on the doorstep, as good of a chance as they've had. And there we go, turnover generated. Can the break machine continue?
Oh, that is sad. There was so much coverage there, and he threw directly into one of them.
Asikainen, well, what was that?
The first turnover for the Finns for the whole game so far, Steph. It's happened. They aren't human.
They are?
Apparently so.
Unbelievable. I thought this was just a team of Finnish robots. Two chances, though, surely. They're not going to go wrong. Kuisinen fakes the flick and turns to the backhand side. Asikanen. Ooh, nice leading throw, but too far. And two turns in a single point after 8 in a row without as much of a turn. Here come pushing daisies. Can they get it done? They have never had so many chances to get this job done. Now Chan to the inside. Lewis. No forcing it this time, goes to Cyril.
And Team Finland choosing a zone.
There we go, Kavanagh wide open, and she throws the signature shot, and off the fingertips of Chan. It was there, Hannah.
It was, until that last second where it just bobbled out of his palms. I mean, they are a short roster, so there's not much not really anywhere to hide on this field. Kavanagh really has an interesting release on those flicks, sort of he just sails them up into the air, which is no bad thing going downwind because the breeze is going to shove the disc down, but that one just dropped a little bit too quickly to earth like a comet.
Yeah, it seems like the team is ready for those when Kavanagh gets it. And if they can just squeeze the fingers a tiny bit more, they're going to get one more chance, though, here. Cyril goes back, Kavanagh. Let's see if the windup comes. Instead, she goes the backhand. Now into the middle, but off the foot of the defense there. Credit a foot block to the number 27 shirt, Yalovara. There's the round, Huishinen. Centering, Vili. Inside, backhand break. Askinen, far sideline. Vasquio. Good continuation. Vili puts up an arcing rainbow. Back of the end zone. Drop knee for the catch. And that's Toni Asikainen and Finland. Make it 9-0. That was as difficult as it's been for them, but they still break the hearts of the Daisy pushers.
And a really slow long point as well. I'm sure everyone will be pleased to get off the field. That one was about 7 minutes long of play, which doesn't sound like a lot of time, but when you're running on sand, it really does make a real big difference. And for the shorter team of pushing Daisies, in terms of roster size, a real difference. And a difference, I think, for this season, this iteration of the Beach World Championships for Great Grandmasters, Steph, is each team must have a minimum of 3 female matching players at the tournament.
Good stuff. I mean, I think the goal here is for this to evolve to a full, proper mixed. But I do understand the necessity. There are more men in the aged divisions here, the Great Grandmasters. And the enticements is good. I like the rule changes to encourage and entice. We've got a foul on the play as the Finnish zone comes out a 3-1-1.
They're really testing Daisies if they can space themselves correctly against this wind, and that's a lovely find.
Beautiful throw. Now Doucette on the doorstep. This one is gonna work. Beautiful finishing throw. Doucette floats one up, and it's chased under and collected by Michael Moore, not the documentary filmmaker, but the goal-scoring Daisy pusher. And 1 on that board. Must feel good right now for the Canadians.
That was a really lovely lefty over the top of the zone. Good one. In fact, I think that's the incorrect surname on the back of the shirt from the lefty. Oh no, it is. It's his first name. There you go. Geka. Or Geka. Stefan Geka. The Australian, if my survey is correct.
Stry, mate. He's
although he's played for quite a few different teams. Karlsruhe Gummy Bears, Wollongong Crank.
So he knows Timmy Booth and Emma Booth, of course. Tim Booth started that club out there in the Gong, the wild man, Tim Booth, but he has played many iterations of Australian representation ultimate.
And he was in fact coaching the German Masters back from 92 to 95, Stefan Geka.
Wow.
Geka.
Doing it all. And there's the shot. Finland looks to strike back quickly once they get to play offense for the second time of the game. Hashbaka with the goal. And the throw went up very quick. We're going to have to watch this replay to see who threw that. But the 10th goal on the board for Finland. Here's another look. There's the setup, and it looks like it was Switzer. Nope, one more throw there. That was Ruhainen.
Yeah, really lovely flow, though. You could say maybe Switzer, I wouldn't quite call that the hockey assist in true terms. It wasn't a particularly challenging throw, Urdahainen had done a really good job of creating that space underneath. But another connection to Hestbacker. She's sort of emerging from the sands in the later stages of this game, and certainly when Team Finland are coming out on offense. So in a closer game, I think we probably expect to see a little bit more from Hestbacker.
Urdahainen, I think I'll keep correcting the pronunciation. These Finnish names, I used to be much better watching more ice hockey. There was enough Finnish players that I would be exposed to more Finnish surnames. But we get back there, we do our best to get them right. Maybe it takes 1 try, 2 tries, but.
And we're going to get lots of practice because we're covering them 3 times over the course of today and tomorrow,
which is exceptional for them. Some of the other teams that didn't make the stream while that's happening, but as I look deeper, I realize they're the top seeds, and maybe intentional because we're going to see them at the pointy end of this tournament. So good to get everyone in early, and bonus! Nice pickup there. Going to ground is Searle. And he goes back to Doucette, takes a little travel step and keeps going there, but who's calling what? Not me. Doucette dumps back. Geki.
Has to be said, travel is a lesser seen call on sand.
Yeah, and Doucette is throwing assists again. That's his second, and only 2 for pushing Daisies. So efficiency for that. There's the goal scorer, Andrea Bombala, and pushing Daisies. Push the scoreboard up just a little bit more. Still down 8. They got a lot of work cut out for themselves, but getting these goals in this first game of the tournament, no matter how they come, will set themselves up to move on throughout the day and the weekend, the long weekend.
Yeah, very bizarre starting on a Wednesday, finishing on a Saturday type format, but of course, no surprise because of the fact that it is such a lovely place to be in Sardinia. So I'm sure many of the folks making the travel across here to Italy, this Italian island in the sun, they're probably having a bit of a vacation going on. But Ryan Doucette says his kids unfortunately didn't manage to make the trip. They're watching at home. Hello to you, all the Doucette family. But he's very pleased to be still playing at the grand age of 51.
Here comes Finland's pull reception. Switzer jams one up, wide open. Will the throw go? No. The Huck's put away, far sideline. Ruhainen goes back. Hastbaka to Svitsa. Ruhainen floats one, maybe a bit too much. Ooh, second effort, no. Can do. Alling knocks that one away. And he gets it back after the first throw from Kavanagh. Buckner goes back to Alling. Now the big gainer to Chan. Chan chucks deep, and there's the layout. Big bid by Louis, getting it done. Sorry, Lewis. And that is a one that he gets up gingerly. I'm not surprised. Glad to see him throwing the body around like that, though. And no one more than his teammates. Happy to see that.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Louis nearly manages to sort of strip himself there. A somewhat ambitious throw, I think, but Louis had the legs underneath it to make the comeback. And collect that one from Chan. Certainly a high stall release, Ringdong Chan. But I still feel fairly confident in the Finnish ability to punch this one in all the way to the scoreline cap of 13. We had some chat saying that Finland weren't going to get there, but they have been still pretty ruthlessly
Yeah.
dynamic. They have had how many turnovers? 4 turnovers the whole game so far.
2 and 1 point. I see it the same way. No Swedish, all Finnish here. They're going to get to that finish line.
But that was a break for pushing Daisies, so anything could happen still. Plenty of clock left to go.
Finns back in the hands. Suranta gets the gainer. Paitlia into the middle. Suranta floats one out. Beautifully weighted throw into the hands of Putila, and Finland back on the board 11-3. Stretching away a big old lead here now. 2 away from victory.
I couldn't quite hear through my headset, Steph, but I feel like there was maybe a bit of confusion there on the forces from pushing Daisies. The sideline started to get very excitable towards those last couple of passes, so maybe some exploitation of that confusion. But a lovely disc from Mikael Soranta. And 2 away from the win here. The first win of the tournament, of course, because it's the first game of the tournament here in Sardinia.
(11-3). There's the pull from the Finns. Kavanagh lets it hit the ground, picks up, and that first throw to Geki. Wide and around. Defense gets there first. Waited out a bit too much by Buchner, and Finland will get a chance to break once again. Huisenin into the middle. There's Vili. Vili. Continuation, and they've given it back, but there is a foul, a marking infraction by Geki, and it is accepted. Halovara got that one going. Now it's bounced to the near sideline. Asikainen centers right in front. Vili quickly turns it the other way, and into goal, Vasquio. Another one to her name. That's 3 goals on the day for Vasquio. And Finland bring it to within 1 of a points finish here.
Yeah, they have a whole bucket full of match points. They've knocked the sand out and just filled their sandcastle shaping. So they can take themselves a nice long break. Of course, we have a big break in the schedule as well here in Sardinia. A nice long afternoon. We finish our morning slot at 11:45 local time and recommence around 4 p.m. in the afternoon. It's very civilized, Steph.
Yeah, it's like the Europeans know what they're doing with their siestas. The mainland Europeans.
Ouch. Yes, we are still in Europe. Even though I now have to get my passport stamped at border control.
Yes, we won't get into that. Well, we can if you want.
No, we're going to might potentially run out of clock if the Finns can grab themselves another break of score here. The second half has been more balanced. And of course, exciting to see Daisies get themselves a break back for their 3 full tally, as Bombala will bring it into the break mark.
5-3 in the second half thus far. More balanced indeed, but still favoring the Finns. And there they go, giving one up. And now a very short field as Hasbaka picks up and goes back to Vasquio. In for goal, and that's the game. The finishing touches put on by the Finns. And they will take a nice 10-point differential from their first game to go with that tick mark in the win column. Finland get the win over pushing Daisies, and the first game of WGGMBUCC WGGMBUCC is in the books, and it goes to Team Finland.
Oh, surely, Steph, surely we just call it Greatest Beach.
It's a good way of doing it. Greatest beach. Now, WGGMBUCC.
WGGMBUCC. So, well, we'll have to work on our wordplay with that. We'll come up with some ideas, folks. But don't go anywhere. Keep your stream all through this morning slot. Who do we have up next, Steph?
Next game will be the Rainbow Warriors out of Sweden taking on Dazzle, a Courier Island outfit here on the beach in Sardinia. There's another look at, and it's funny, you see us showing you all the action, and there is water in the back, but there's still water in the back here. We've got a lagoon situation going on. We are surrounded by water and mountains. I'll say it again, it is a glorious spot to be.
Is it nice to be home in San Stefano?
San Stefano, and if you travel just down to the Cape, we're at Capo Carbonara, and I think I'm going to have to go get a pasta there, or there would be sacrilege.
Absolutely. Well, we'll get some Pool C action underway in a brief couple of minutes at 10 o'clock local time. So rejoin us in 25. Grab yourself some refreshments, some extra breakfast, and we will see you there, folks.
Thanks.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, ultimate.
It's alive like a bee.